Okay, it's Laura with Jot and Tittle Vintage Typewriters. I have a 1939 Remington Remette, and this is the first time we've had this one. And so I'm going to do a tutorial video. We're going to take a look at this little guy to see how it works, because it's a little bit different than most typewriters. Luckily, this one also came with like operating instructions. And look, it even has the original owners, Mary Louise Frey, John Overman. Obviously, that was from a long time ago. This is a 1939. And I will scan this and probably have it available on our website. And we'll see. We'll probably just do it for free. Just put it on there in case you guys need to download it. Anyway, so this one, let's start. I always start with the back, so we're going to do that with this one as well. However, this one is attached to the case. It's got 4 screws, and we could unattach it, but since it's up for sale, we're going to leave it and let the new owner decide if they want to keep it in there. So it looks like you just need a flathead screw. There's 4 screws right there, and that's holding it to the case. That being said, because it's screwed in and I'm not going to be able to lift it and show you some things, if you've got one in front of you, I highly recommend you get it out and kind of follow along. So, because you're probably not going to be able to see everything, but we're going to try. I don't know how that's going to work. So the first thing I want to point out, I don't know if you can see this, is there's a little metal piece here on each side of a bar down there. That is going to be your margins, and it took me a few minutes to figure out how to set it. So you have to press it looks like it has like a little roller. It's not really a roller, but you just push your finger there and then you can press and drag. Same with the other side. I hope you can see that. Also, I'm going to put this back down. On the left side, on the edge of that bar, and if you look, let's see if I can try here. Okay. There's a little hooked piece of metal. This is going to be the margin release, and what it does is it lifts up that metal piece and releases your margin. This is going to be the return handle and the line advance. This is your carriage release. This is going to be the line selector. So I'm going to talk about all of those, but I want you to see where everything is. Margin release, return, carriage release, line selector, okay? And then this right here, and it's going to be on the other side as well, this is going to be your ribbon reversal. So let me put this down and let's walk through all of that. Okay, also one of the things to know about Remington typewriters is they have smaller spools. So you cannot use a universal ribbon on a Remington. You have to have the original spools, and then you can wind it with the standard ribbon. And usually, like this one is a single color, so we can still use the 1/2 inch ribbon, but it has to go on the smaller spool. It's a 1 inch spool. Okay, on the right side, this is going to be the paper release area. And again, here's the the ribbon reversal on the right side. So you just kind of go back and forth like that. All right, let's go ahead, and I am going to load some paper. So that loaded really quickly, so I'm going to pull this forward, line it up, release it. Okay, and I'm going to go over here now. I don't remember if I said anything. This stopped recording on me, so I'm having to try to remember. But in order to start typing, your handle it'll come when it's in the case, the handle has to go in on the right side here. There's only one handle and it's on the right side. But when you're ready to use it, you have to pull it out. Okay, otherwise you're not going to be able to advance it. Okay, so that's how you load the paper. And then remember over here, if you want to, right now it's on double spacing. So if I want to change it, this little knob, instead of turning it, you pull it out, and then it only turns one way or the other. It doesn't turn all the way around. It'll either click this way or click that way. And now it's on single spacing. So down is to go down a line, but then to push, you know, to get it to the beginning of your line. So carriage release only on the left side. I'm going to move it over here. These are your type bars. So this is what I call a blind typer. You're probably not going to see what you're typing. So this is a 1939. Actually, it's not too bad. Other Remingtons are blind typers where you can't see what you're typing. This is a beautiful font. And I probably should have put in 2 pieces of paper because that platen is pretty hard and you can hear it slapping. Also, this doesn't have a bar to hold that paper down, so it's going to have a little bit of that slapping sound, so it's going to be a little bit a noisier typewriter. So let's do Remington Remette. Wow, this looks really good. And if you want to see more of the typing, the link in the description below goes to the product listing, and in that product listing, you'll find the link to the actual typing demo. So this is just the tutorial to show you what to do. Also, remember these are specialty spools. They're 1 inch, so you have to have the original spools. They're really hard to find, empty spools. And we do have the option on our website. If you go to UntitledTypewriters.com and our shop, under ribbons, you'll see custom ribbons. If you click on that, it gives you the option, when you purchase that, you send us your spools and then we'll wind it with fresh ribbon for you. So to take your spools out, you've got this little metal piece that's kind of holding it in, and you pull it to the side and then lift up. Okay. Same with this side. And then when you thread it through the type guide piece, whatever you want to call this, I recommend just looking at the up-close photo I have of this. That's on the product listing page. That'll just help you determine how to thread that. Also, like I said, I do have this, and you can see it talks about threading the ribbon, and I will try to scan this and upload it to the website so you can download that as well. So you may just want to go to the website, and in the shop you'll see digital manuals. Some of them are free and some of them are paid, and this one I'll probably just do free. You just check out for $0. That's just the best way to do that. Okay. And here's your, okay, so there is a margin release. We already talked about the margin release. It's over there. We talked about the ribbon reversal. It's right here. This does have backspace. Remember, backspace does not erase. You have your shift key and then your shift lock. And then to release the shift lock, you press down on that shift again. So when you shift, the whole carriage lifts. And that's how the older typewriters would do their shifting, with the carriage moving. As it progressed, you started seeing the floating shift, where the escapement would lift this whole area here instead of the carriage. And it made it for smoother typing. So while this one is a little bit different, and yes, it's kind of a little bit complicated, I think I've already covered all the main things about this typewriter. Being to type on it, make sure that this handle is pulled out when you're done using it. Push it in. Paper release, carriage release. Be careful when you move that. your line selector, your margin release is back here. To set your margins, you have to go behind the carriage and kind of press that little bump, the biggest bump on there, and then you can move it. And then also be aware that it uses a specialty spool. This one is a single color. You can only use one color, but it uses the 1/2" ribbon. So if you have the spools and you don't want to send it in, you could technically order a universal ribbon and just pull the ribbon off of the 2" spool and wind it onto your 1" spool. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. If you've got one, let me know what you think of it as an actual typing machine and if you really like it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.